Hi guys, it's Saturday, you're here with Mikey, and today we're talking about fashion. Specifically, our topic is passing. That is, do we dress to pass, or do we think that the way we dress makes it more difficult to pass? For me, I'm incredibly feminine, as you can see by my face, so I've never really had much of a chance of passing. But I think my fashion taste, regardless, has sort of developed independent of what men should wear, but also influenced by attempting to create a more masculine figure and hide my chest. So it's kind of really interesting because I've managed to develop this sort of fashion identity that's not based on any cultural standards of what men are and aren't allowed to wear, and is more based just on my own personal form of self-expression. However, the clothing itself and the items that I choose to pick out are based very much on whether or not I can pass, in that a massive influence is whether or not they'll hide certain parts of my body that I don't like. I'm going to talk about two main things, which is just t-shirts and shirts in general, and bottoms and jeans in general. Unfortunately, because of the way society works and because of the fact that fashion is still incredibly gendered in our culture, male and female clothes, as subtle as the differences may be, have very, very definite differences. And when you're newly out or when you're new to trying to live stealth, it can be really difficult to try and discern the differences between what a man would wear and what a woman would wear. I'd also like to add that I'm going to be using the terms female and male throughout this video clip, and to avoid me having to do the rabbit ears every time when I say female, I'm talking about society's, albeit naive, perception of what women are. And when I say male, I'm talking about society's, albeit naive, perception of what men are. Back to the video. So, t-shirts. How ridiculous is it that even a basic staple of clothing like t-shirts can be gendered? But unfortunately for trans people, they can be. And one of the first things that I discovered when coming out and trying to pass was that I needed to get rid of most of the t-shirts I had in my closet because they were all female t-shirts and they were contoured really wrongly for the body shape I was trying to achieve. Female t-shirts tend to be styled and tailored so that they fit a so-called female body shape. They'll tend to have shorter sleeves, which are cut off at a Y angle to make shoulders look more feminine and rounded rather than squared out. They also are tailored to go in at the waist and out again at the hips, which emphasizes the chest and makes the waist look more like an hourglass figure and then brings your hips back out. So if you're trying to pass, this is the exact opposite of what you want to be doing, because it's just emphasizing these body parts that society is going to look at and think, girl. Even if you can get away with female t-shirts, unfortunately there is no way you're going to be able to get away with female button-downs. The fact that the fabric is not stretchy means that the tailoring is really, really obvious. They're contoured down the front as well as at the sides, and again, the sleeves are generally not tailored to fit male arms. Also, the collars often don't even button up all the way, which if you're looking to wear a tie or a bow tie, it's really scrappy to not have them buttoned up all the way to the top. In terms of jeans, jeans can and can't be a little bit more unisex. There are a lot of types of skinny jeans that are quite unisex, which is generally because skinny jeans have a lot of stretch to them. Unfortunately, a lot of jeans are still quite tailored to fit a certain kind of leg. If you can, always go for unisex or male jeans. It is quite a bit harder to find male jeans that will fit a trans guy if he has really obvious hips. But you can find stretchy ones. And the cool thing about it is that they actually, because of the way they're styled, tend to minimize feminine hips, even if it is hard getting into them to begin with. As I mentioned last video, sewing is a really, really good idea. If you can learn to sew, your life will be so much easier. I know a lot of trans guys are quite small in comparison to cis guys. I definitely have that problem. I'm little. I weigh about 55 kilos, I'm 5'4". Men's clothes really very rarely fit me. So sewing has been an incredibly great thing for me to learn, because it means that I can buy stuff that's a little bit too big and I can take it in, or I can change the way it's shaped to fit my body. Seriously, like I said last time, if you can find a sewing machine, find one. Just tricks in general. I know a lot of guys tend to wear the pants quite low on their hips. Apparently, wearing baggier pants low on your hips can help hide feminine hips. I used to do it a lot, but I've kind of just given up trying to hide my hips now. I mean, there's no way I can ever get rid of them, so I figure I should just think of them as an asset rather than a negative. Besides, 90% of everyone on Tumblr seems to think that Chris Cole for having girly hips is attractive, so maybe it'll work on me too. One of the things that was a big issue for me was my chest. I used to wear jackets, but that's not necessarily a logical thing to do in 40-degree Australian summer. What I worked out just about the same time that I realised bow ties are an amazing wardrobe addition is that I started wearing waistcoats. Again, important. Get a male tailored waistcoat, don't get a female one, don't get a cute little button-down vest with a rounded collar, because Seriously, it makes all the difference. If you can get a male-tailored waistcoat that doesn't have any of this contouring, that will sit, you can wear it over a button-down, you can wear it over a t-shirt, and it's just going to make your life so much easier because it's an extra layer that's not really a layer. And it squares out your shape a lot and helps to hide chests. Now, I know that might not necessarily be possible for bigger guys because, unfortunately, I don't really have any advice there. I was about a B cup before my surgery, and I've never really had any experience. But I know Will talks a lot and has a lot of advice for guys with bigger chests. So here's Monday, scoot on over to his video and possibly go to boyinterrupted.tumblr.com. I don't know. I know he's always happy to help other trans guys out. That is about all I have. I'm really sorry that this video isn't that conclusive, although maybe it's a good thing because less ranting for me and more to the point. I'll see you guys next week and have fun fashioning.